Hello, I would like to talk about hypercritical, how it works, and if it's good. Is it good? Yes, absolutely. And whether or not you should use it is going to depend on your build. I'll talk about that more at the end. So, the way it works is confusingly worded. It takes the current health of the enemy before damage, takes your critical hit, multiplies it by 2, and if that number is bigger than their health value, it just instantly kills them. Okay, so maybe you are a visual learner. Let me show you like this. These guys have 2,500 health, as you can see. 1,485 times 2 is 2,970. As a result, it instantly kills him. Now, something I should make note while we're here, instant kills are not melee kills. It will not give you damage for hyperviolence. It will not proc sample collector for some reason. That's what everyone's reporting. Like, even if they have the toxin on them. And blackout also doesn't seem to get it as well. You do get things like precision violence, so it is worth noting that this node appears to be a little bit bugged. Anyway, because they are instant kill effects. They don't count as like regular kills. Now, 1239 times 2 is 2,478, which is just barely not enough to be double this guy's health threshold. This also proves, to put to bed an argument that I see people make all the time, this node does not take your damage, apply it to their health, then figure out if times 2 of the crit would kill. If it did that, basically every attack would kill pretty much everything that isn't an Ogryn because it literally doesn't work on Ogryns in one hit. So another way to practically think about this node is it reduces the amount of hits needed to kill whatever you're trying to kill by 1. That's pretty good, honestly. So another thing, in case you're wondering, I see people ask about this a bunch. It works on cleave damage. You can see this crit was not enough to kill this guy, but 36 damage. This is from hypercritical. So again, this would have killed if this guy had 140 HP or less. This crit cleave would have killed him, which is not terrible, by the way. It makes it so that you have a pretty good execution barrier versus weakened hordes. So as you could see right here, 2 of these guys died a hypercritical that would not have died otherwise. It's not the greatest thing in the world, I'll be honest. Though I will say, hypercritical tends to be really good versus trash. So these are renegade melee guys, and the first hit happens right here. This is the main benefit of hypercritical, if I'm being honest, for the shivs. These renegade guys, which just infest havoc, always die. One of them dies per click. So you could see, this is 10 renegades. It only takes us about 6 seconds to kill all 10 of them. In case you're wondering, by the way, hyper violence on a non-melee build. So the first hit happens here at 2. There's still 9 seconds left. Hypercritical is, I don't want to say it's better than hyper violence. That's getting its own video. Just be advised that if you're going for high crit, which, let's be honest, you always are on this character, and you aren't building for like full rampage cleave stuff, hypercrit is pretty much always better than hyperviolence in those examples. So I guess I'll just show you this, even though that showed it. It is pretty much internally always consistent, that this will always one-shot all trash. So something to keep in mind, because hypercritical is an instant kill, it will not give you any overkill for hyperviolence. It won't even proc hyperviolence, which means these nodes are sort of incompatible with each other. Hypercritical is a lot of damage that you can gain for free without investing in melee at all. Whereas hyperviolence is a lot of damage you can gain after you've invested in melee. So that's kind of the way I view these nodes. You should always take hypercritical if you are not planning on going like full rampage, crowbar, cleave, etc. If you are going to do that, hyperviolence becomes a lot more worth it. This becomes really unfortunate for melee builds, by the way, because you have to go through hypercritical to get pickpocket unless you want to take ammo jack, which is kind of bad. So it's just kind of a tax to avoid this for melee. But hyperviolence is getting its own video next. I hope this answered any questions you